Hi everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so glad to have you here to watch me make this project. This is what we are making today. It is a cute little Harry Potter piggy. Doesn't he look like Harry Potter? Gift card holder. So this one has a Starbucks gift card in it because Harry Potter pig is drinking some coffee. So I thought a Starbucks gift card would be perfect for this particular project. So we will be making this today. I can't wait to show you how to do that, and we are going to be having some fun. So let's go ahead and get started. It is a little bit involved. I have used on this part here of this circle, the layering circle dies, which is a must-have. It's a basic die set that I own. I use it on almost all my projects. So if you do not have the layering circles, I highly recommend that you get those. I am also using on that circle this Timber 3D embossing folder. It is a gorgeous folder, and it is what gives these little impressions in this circle that make it kind of look like a pumpkin, right? So we're going to be using that today. So let me pull that out because we're going to need that. Also, I'm going to be using this die set. It's called Seasonal Labels, and it's in the new Holiday Mini. It's a really large die set. We need, this one here is used to cut out the label for the For You. I've already cut that one out. I've done some cutting ahead of time because it is a little bit of an involved project. We're going to use this die on the inside, which is what I used here, to cut this area so that you could see the gift card to pull it out. So we're going to need that one. And then we're going to use this big die, which is what I used to get this really beautiful scalloped edge and for the designer series paper. So we'll need both of those. But as you can see, there's lots of pieces and parts. This is a beautiful die set. So if you need a holiday mini catalog and you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just hit me up with a comment or a message on my blog, and I will be happy to put those in the mail to you. We have a holiday mini catalog, which is what this stamp set that we're using, Joyful Life, is in. It's on page, I think, 63. Yeah, 63. And it's a $20 stamp set. It's so fun. I have a video for this using this bear on the bicycle, so you'll have to look that up. And now we are working on the little piggy. I like to call him Harry Potter Pig. So the catalog is good until the end of December. So it started in July and it goes through December. It's the July to December mini, but I like to call it holiday because that's such a long name. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do a little bit of scoring first. So this piece is 11 by 2 3/4 of an inch. And I am gonna score it with my Simply Scored tool, which this is what it looks like. It has a stylus at the bottom, so I pull it out of there, and then I'm going to set it down, and we are going to score this piece 3 1/4 inches from each side. So I'm going to go to 3. This is 3 1/2 and 3, and then one in the middle, this larger little tick, is 3 1/4. So I'm going to go 3 1/4, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to go 3 1/4. And that is what is going to form our holder. So that's all the scoring we have to do with this piece. I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these in. And do it again on this side. Just like that. Okay. So this is what forms our little gift card holder. So let's go ahead and grab some washi tape. We're going to need that because we're going to be cutting with those dies, and we do not want them to wiggle out of the way. So we will be using the washi tape for that. So let me grab that. I thought I had some on my machine, but I do have one, so we should be good. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's a really awesome tool. It is rather large. I can't really fit all of it in the camera, but I'm gonna do my best. Let's see if I move this up. Yeah, that way you guys can see the most important part, which is this. So we're going to go ahead first and take that little circle that I was talking to you about, and we are going to put it in this folder to give it that grain. And that grain is actually going to make it look kind of like a pumpkin. So this is the Timber 3D embossing folder. And I'm going to use this little part here. I like this kind of wavy. So I sandwiched it in between there. And I'm going to use my platform, which is number 1. And when you use a 3D embossing folder, all the directions are on the platform. So it says right here, use with a 3D folder, you're going to need plate number 1 and number 4. So this one's number 1. Then we're going to put our piece in with our paper. And this one here is number 4. There's the number. We're going to put that through and go ahead and crank this through the machine. All right. And when it comes out, you get to see the beautiful grain on this circle. Isn't that so pretty? So let's set that off to the side. We're going to need platform number 1 always, but now we're going to use these dies, and we are actually going to cut out the pieces. So when you use the thin dies, you need plate number 2. It says place cutting edge down using with thin dies. So we need number 2, so we're going to put that there. Then we also need number 3. So I'm putting that in here. This is my one that cuts. And so I'm going to grab my piece right here. I'm going to put it through. And on this edge, remember, we're going to cut this out of it. We want that card to show. So we are going to just kind of lay this down like so, get it in place. When we're happy with it, I'm going to grab one of these pieces of washi tape, and I'm going to kind of put it on here. You have to be careful with washi tape because sometimes it wants to tear your cardstock. So when I put this plate in, I'm not going to have it cover any of that part. I'm going to kind of push this out and put it through first. And I'm going to just have it right here at the end of my cardstock. And we're going to run that through. And I'm going to slide this back. So when we pull this off, there is the opening for my gift card. Okay, so that's number 1. So that part's done. So now we're going to do the really pretty scalloped piece up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it through my die. Only what's under this cutting piece is what's going to get cut. So if it's underneath there, it is actually not going to cut that. So I'm going to lay this evenly as best I can. I'm going to do my best to make it as even as possible. And then I'm going to put a piece of washi tape on this side and a piece of washi tape on this side. And then we're going to, again, put it through. We're going to have to do it one more time for the pattern paper. So let's go ahead and push it back. I'm going to pull this off and see that really pretty cut that gives that. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And we are going to grab our pattern paper, which is this. This is what we are going to cut. So let me pull my washi tape off here and get rid of, oh, let me grab some new washi tape. This washi tape is extra sticky, I think. Let's go ahead and pull some off. I'm going to make sure that I stick it to my hand to try and kind of get some of that stickiness off. I lost my feel for it. Oh boy, here we go. So I'm sticking it to myself a few times because I want the oils from my hands to get on there so it's not super sticky. I want it to hold it in place, but I don't want it to rip my paper. So we're going to do the same thing here, only this time we don't have to put it behind. The reason we don't is it's not big enough. So we're just gonna lay it on the edge there. And we're gonna get it even as best we can on both sides. I mean, you just eyeball. We're gonna attach. Oops. See, I already wiggled it. Actually, I'm gonna do it first. I'm gonna do it this way. I can see a little better, and then once I have it attached, I'll slide it to cut. Yeah, I can see better, way better this way. So we're gonna attach that piece there and this piece on this side. All right, so I'm gonna move that so that it's in the center there. We'll go ahead and cover that up and run it through. And there is my piece, and there it's gonna fit right there, okay? So let's go ahead and move all of this out of the way. I'm gonna stick this washi to my machine for next time. Throw this little piece away, and I'll put the dies away in just a second. Let me close my machine here. We can get started. All right. So let me grab my folder. I like to put them away because if not, they get lost. So this is where the small one lives. And the big one. Right back here. Okay. Come on. I think it had a little, there we go. Just got to get it back in shape. But they're made out of steel. They're really strong, so I've never had one break on me, and I've used them tons. All right, so let's go ahead and start assembling our project. So we have this piece that was cut on two sides. We have this piece that was cut. We ran our circle through. I have another piece of this for the inside. We have our belly band that we're gonna wrap around, and we have to stamp our "For You" on here. We have to stamp our little piggy, and that's for our words for the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and do some of the gluing now. So let's go ahead and flip this to the back side and attach some adhesive on our piece and attach that to our front flap here. So let's move it so that it's even. All right. There's our pattern paper. Now on the back, we're gonna close this, and then this piece is gonna live right here, okay? So let's go ahead and attach that in. And then once I do that, we're gonna go ahead and glue it closed. So this goes up here on this top border. Move it over, slide it slightly down. There we go. And now this piece is sticking out, so we're gonna trim that off. Sometimes when you cut, your measurements are not exact, but that's a tiny hair, a smidge. Okay, so now we're gonna put adhesive down these two sides. And so I'm gonna go ahead and run this down these two sides. Don't mind my Inky hands warm hearts, it's floating around here. We're gonna go ahead and press that down and into place. And that will hold our gift card when it's time. So I'm gonna go ahead and push on those two parts. We're gonna set this to the side for now. This is our flap closure. We're gonna work on our piggy and our word "For You." So let's start with the "For You." That's easy, it's already cut out for us. So we're gonna attach We're going to ink that up and we're going to put that right here on this side, just like that, and set that off to the side. This is ready to go when it's its turn, right? So the inside, we want to stamp some words. We want it to say a little something for a great person. I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp that down, just like that. And let's go ahead and stamp our piggy. I'm going to ink him up really well. Make sure his cup of coffee lid is very black. All right, we're going to go ahead and stamp him onto this little piece. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and clean our stamps. So I'm going to use my Simply Chamois here, and it cleans our stamps. Yeah, it was all this purple, and that's the ink, but it does not rub off onto your hands. And it cleans your stamps very well. So that is that. Let's get these guys out of our way. All right. Let's go ahead and color. So here are our markers that we're going to use. We're going to use Petal Pink Dark, and that is going to be our piggy color. And I'm going to start with the inner parts of his ears. I'm going to darken them a couple times because I want them to be darker than him. So I'm not going to go over him as much. We're going to go ahead and outline him and do his little face here. Perfect. And forget his little ear. And we're going to do that top part there. Okay, now we're going to do his bottom section. I'm going to get his little hand holding the coffee cup. He's the little Harry Potter pig. He reminds me so much of Harry Potter. I guess it's the round glasses, but... And he's wearing this scarf, so of course I had to color the scarf like Gryffindor, since he's Harry Potter. And we're going to go around his tail. Okay. That's it for Petal Pink. So let's start with the yellow bands of his Gryffindor scarf. And I'm going to do these stripes in that yellow color. And I'm also going to do this fringe. And let's grab the Gryffindor red. It's actually cherry cobbler. But for this purpose, it is Gryffindor. And then I have to color his little coffee cup. So I decided, since I did that circle and kind of made it pumpkin-like, that he is having a pumpkin spice latte. For those of you who hate the whole pumpkin spice thing, I apologize, but I had to roll with it. So there's a scarf. And since he was having a pumpkin spice latte, his cup was pumpkin pie dark. And then, of course, he has a sleeve on his cup, not to burn his little piggy hands. So the sleeve is dark crumb cake. That little cardboard color. All right, so let's cut out Harry Potter Pig. There's no dies for the stem set, but it's fairly simple to cut out. The pieces are not very big. And it's fairly quick. As you can see here, I'm almost done cutting him out. And it's mostly straight cuts, not too much intricacy. Let's go around his little scarf. His glasses, his ear. I'm gonna get that little hair around his ear there. Okay. And around his glasses again, and his other ear, and we are done. Pretty good, right? All right, let's assemble. So we're going to make a belly band, and the belly band is going to work its way around our card. Now we want the seam in the front because we're going to cover it up with this Harry Potter pig. So let's go ahead and wrap it. You don't want to wrap it too tight. You just want to bring it kind of around, and see how I haven't pushed it tight. So I'm going to bring this part around, and then I want it to match. So I'm going to use my wet glue here. Get it started. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attach that together right there. Just hold it in place. I'm also going to use it for the For You here, so let me let that sit. I'm going to trim this little edge off, and I'm going to adhere this onto this piece. I just want the F to be on the side of the rest of it's gonna stick off, so that's gonna go like that on my little circle. So cool. Maybe I want it on this side of the circle, I think. Yeah, I like this better. Okay, so now I have a little sticky on the back, but it's okay because it's gonna be stuck to this, so we're good. So let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on our little piggy. We're gonna do the minis because he's kind of small. We want to make sure that we get, oh, his ears are not on there. Everything but his ears. So we will put his little feet at the bottom. I'm gonna put one in the middle here. All right, and let's use our Take Your Pick tool to pull the backs off. Like so, and then I will deposit those into the trash. We will attach our Harry Potter pig onto the pumpkin, just like that. Isn't that so cute? And then the seams here, so we're gonna overlap the seam, right? We don't want that to show, so we are gonna use 2 large dimensionals, if I can find them. And that's why it doesn't matter that I have adhesive on here. I'm actually going to put a 3rd one in the middle. I want it to be really sticky. Come on, get off of there. There we go. All right, throw those away. And then this is going to get attached onto our belly band, covering that seam like so. And then we're gonna do this. Now I'm gonna use my small paper trimmer. You can buy these on Amazon. This is a promotional item for demonstrators, but there are lots of little baby guillotine cutters on Amazon. So if you would like one, you can find it there. This was actually a sign-on bonus when I joined Stampin' Up. So I got this, was one of the things that I got for joining. So I love it. I use it all the time. I want to make sure I don't cut too much off there. I'll move it up a little. That's perfect. All right. So let's get rid of this excess. And the last spot is we're going to open our gift card holder here. And this is going to get attached right up here. I'm going to just use the wet glue. Just like that. And slide the gift card in now that it has been dried. There you go. Put our belly band on it. Come on now, there we go. And there is our Harry Potter gift card holder. So cute, isn't it? I hope that you have enjoyed this project. I thank you so much for watching. I'm nothing without you guys, obviously. If I had nobody to watch me, I don't need to be making videos. So I appreciate you watching, and I just want to let you know I'm kind of new to YouTube. I've been blogging for over a year, but I've started YouTube recently. So I really appreciate if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe, and just ask your friends to subscribe too, please. When you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when I will post new videos. Check out my blog, Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I will also put the link in the description below, and when you go there, you can access PDFs, measurements, and more fun projects. I do blog every single day, so I hope that you will enjoy going to my blog on a daily basis. You can sign up to get notifications on there when I post new blog posts, and you'll get those in your email. And I greatly appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!